Bob, what do we want to talk about now? Do we want to talk about Navalny?
You were going to talk about Russia, weren't you?
What do you think?
Well, OK, sorry. The idea that somehow Navalny has sort of killed himself or decided to die to embarrass Putin.
What, you mean like Epstein did?
Let's.
Well, I'm not sure. I think he might.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, funny that.
Either Navalny was killed, beaten to death, injected. Yeah. Either he was literally murdered, or the responsibility for his death lies with the Russian regime. So all these people saying, "Oh, why is he dead now?" I don't know, but I know that he was in a penal colony, and his immune system was harmed because the Russian state has tried to murder him on at least one occasion before. So the idea that this is anything other than a straight-up either assassination, directly or indirectly, either he was there until his body couldn't take it anymore, or he was actually murdered, as Magnitsky was.
Biden coming out and, like, moments later, President Biden standing there and saying categorically, be under no illusion, this man was murdered by Putin and his forces.
Well, of course he was, Bev.
But we don't have any... I am disturbed by Western leaders...
He was in a penal colony...
It's not the same as saying, yes, we have a picture of Putin with a knife in his hand. I mean, the idea that the burden of the probability is such. But why is it in the interest?
They tried to kill him already, and he was in a penal colony slowly dying. And the fact is, he was going to die at some point because he was being slowly killed. Now, whether he was quickly killed overnight or beaten to death or injected with poison or he was slowly killed, he was in a penal colony rotting away after the Russians had already tried to assassinate him once. Let's live... look, sorry, there are some facts here. The responsibility for Navalny's death is Putin. Navalny didn't sort of die as some political ploy. He was killed by the Russian state.
And let me tell you this, Bob. This afternoon, when MPs are in the House of Commons, coming back from their little break, and they are discussing the minutiae of whether this might have happened and who might have done it and what these sanctions might be from this country, the British public do not care enough when they can't pay for their supermarket shopping, when they can't pay for their bills, when they feel like they're living in a time of censorship and a lack of free speech and ridiculous things like trans men breastfeeding. The British people need their interests looking after.
OK, I completely agree, and that's what GB News and other decent media are there for. So crack on, and you've got my full support, and any time you want me to join you in that campaign, you just let me know.